So, Michay, you're not just an anti-AIDS activist, are you? There's a lot more to what you do, and this resort is a great example. Tell us about Birds and the Bees.
Well, my work and the association's work is to provide opportunity for people who lack opportunity to have a better life as a whole. And what happens is that we run out of money. All the NGOs run out of money. So therefore, what we have to do is to have an arm that earns money as well as an arm that spends money. And so this resort is part of our business arm, which pays tax. We call it a business for social progress. We have hotels, we have resorts, we have restaurants, we have construction and so on. And the purpose is to raise money, profits, and give it to our NGO so that we don't have to depend on the same donors forever. They have other needs, there are other needs of other NGOs. So the NGOs have to learn to help themselves, and I think this is where donors can help a lot, to say, look, I'll give you money to train you and provide you with some funds as a loan and some cash to get a business going. So one day you can help yourself and even begin to help somebody else.
And the idea is that every cent of profit from an enterprise like this is ploughed back into other projects.
As a business for social progress, we keep reserve for expansion, and the rest is all for charitable purposes. And people who work here feel very, very happy about it because they know where the profits go, not to the fat cat, not to Mercedes-Benz or first-class air ticket, but towards education, towards scholarship, to provide people living with HIV with a loan fund, with a better life for all sorts of people. And it's a great feeling. They love it.
And Khun Michay, your family own this land from way back?
Yes, about 60 years ago, and passed on to me, and I've passed on to my daughter. But she holds the land, but the businesses and the profits all go to charity. So it's a good feeling.
And you used to come here as a kid?
As a kid, yes. There was a house here, and the trees, some of them are the same size as when I was a kid. So it's still there.
And the great thing is the whole resort is sort of camouflaged, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very green. We have to be very, very environmentally friendly because it's good and it makes profit and it makes friends. So why not do it? Come in, come in, come in.
So this is one of your beach bungalows, and everywhere there is a message of safe sex.
Yes.
Of course.
And that's why we want people to feel that there are many ways of doing it, tasteful ways, interesting ways, and of course now we encourage condoms in the minibar.
And there's even condom...
Coffee mugs, yes.
Mugs.
You can see the coffee mugs have different sorts of condoms on them. We have many, many types, and they're a very popular item for sales in all of our shops in Bangkok and elsewhere, and even in Japan.
And do you ever worry that this is a family resort, that people are going to bring their children here, that people will find this slightly embarrassing? It's a bit in your face, all the sex education everywhere you look?
Actually, I've had the opposite comments from parents saying, thank you very much for teaching my kids something about the reality of life. There was one man from Switzerland who said his wife was somewhat embarrassed by it. Could I change the name of the place? I said, why don't you change your wife instead?
And how did that go down?
He smiled.
Right. Politely.
I think they're still together,
right.
And she stayed on for 3 more days.
Oh, so
they eventually understand.
So people don't sort of get offended, really?
No, we're trying to do our best. We don't offend people. We smile and say, look, we're trying to save lives, create understanding. Please, help us.
Where did you get the idea for cabbages and condoms?
We felt that if family planning was to succeed, then contraceptives have to be as easily found as vegetables in villages. So cabbage for vegetables and condoms for contraceptives.
And everywhere in your restaurant, of course, there are condoms, including...
Yes, we make clothes out of condoms. We have tablecloths and table settings and decorations and all sorts of things. We even have a pet bear, pet dog, or carpets made from condoms.
And it seems that sort of education is very much at the heart of all you're doing here. Education about safe sex.
Condoms for all customers. Well, basically, what we're doing is that we're providing information, usually is a cost, but we're doing it in such a way that it becomes an income, because we do it and people also spend money here, eat here, and we make a profit. Because being poor, then you have to learn how to make money and use the money for a social cause.
But fun is at the heart of it. Have you always had this sort of sense of mischief? Because I mean, there's a slight twinkle in your eye always when you're talking about all this.
People like to have fun, and they like to laugh. And when you laugh, It's much easier to convince people when they laugh with you rather than being angry. And I think laughter is always nice, and I've always liked it.
Let's have a look, see what's cooking in the kitchen.
We have so far in Japan 1 restaurant, soon to be 2, and then we're going to go right around the world, so watch out McDonald's.
You were literally thinking on that scale.
Yeah, but maybe not in my lifetime, but definitely expand. And the more profit we can make for good charitable work, why not?
And even the crockery is cabbages and condoms.
Yes, yes, we have this, and we'd be happy to get into business and make it for other people too, maybe for their wedding gifts.
So, I mean, it's like your mind is constantly turning over new ways of making money.
New ways to make money, new ways to solve problems for the poverty-stricken people. So new ways of doing many things. When you don't have enough resources, you think a lot more. But if you have too much, then you worry about things.
And people will wonder what drives you to have such energy. Why aren't you retired? Why don't you just say, I've had enough?
I never have enough because it's relaxing, it's fun, I like it. I'm addicted to it like a gambler, but I lose far less money than the gamblers. I like what I do, and luckily it serves a good social purpose in making lives a bit better for other people. And if that's the case, then I want to continue.
Meechai has a real reputation for being a human dynamo. Every day is packed full of meetings, commitments and events, all aimed at helping other people. Join me after the break to find out what motivates Thailand's Condom King and find out how he became so involved in Thailand's fight against HIV/AIDS.